Hello, this is Crusher Talk. I'm your friend, Haley Crusher Cain, and this is our last final installment of our Crusher Talk from the van for the time being. We just got to the Bay Area and smelled our first whiff of the ocean, and it smells like seaweed and fish.
Yeah. What? Why are you handing me the mic? Yes, it does smell like seaweed and fish.
Okay, it's been confirmed. It smells like seaweed and fish. But this is the first time we've smelled this smell in how long?
It's been a while. And I actually take exception to calling this the Bay Area. We're like in Benicia or something, but I think you have to be a city on the bay. You have to be able to see the bay from your city. So I think that Oakland, San Francisco, kind of San Jose, Berkeley, maybe some of the northern cities, but not these cities inland like Walnut Creek. I just don't think they're Bay Area. That's a hot take, but
I'm glad that we can fight about these semantics even after, I don't know, over 100 hours cross-country driving.
Oh, I can tell you.
119 hours full trip. We just came down from Seattle area, and on our way down, we had a quick sort of emergency happen. Dr. Cain was thinking he'd be very cute and give Gidget a raisin because Gidget loves to eat vegetables and apples and all sorts of interesting things, and neither one of us knew the dangers of raisins. We knew grapes were bad, but we didn't know raisins were bad.
I didn't know grapes were bad either. I gave her a raisin, and then I posted it on like Instagram, and like a bunch of people were like, "What the fuck, dude? You can't give your dog raisins, super bad." And then we looked on the internet, and it is really bad to feed your dog raisins.
Yeah. So PSA, I talked to the official poison control people, so I'm going to put this out there for anyone that has dogs, because I did just talk to the definitive resource for this. It is not the same as like chocolate toxicity. One raisin can take down a Great Dane. It's not about, of course, if it's a lot of raisins, that's a little bit more of a concern, but even one raisin can be toxic. So it all has to do with your dog's anatomy, and it's hard to tell what's going on with your dog's kidneys. So it's one of those things where it's not worth risking it, and we definitely took a little bit of a hit in terms of our ETA getting back to California, because we had to drive to a couple different vets' offices and then talk to them, get hydrogen peroxide. We did attempt to get little Gidget to regurgitate the said raisin. However, we did the hydrogen peroxide thing kind of wrong as well. And let's clear this up for anyone that needs to have their animal throw up. First of all, if your animal has eaten something caustic or sharp, you do not want to induce vomiting. But if they have eaten a single raisin, like in our situation, you can get hydrogen peroxide and...
But it has to be fresh hydrogen. Apparently hydrogen peroxide kind of expires.
Yes, so you need to get fresh hydrogen peroxide that's like new. If it's been sitting in your cabinet for years and years, it may not work.
Or even at the grocery store.
Or even at the grocery store. You have to check to make sure it's fresh. And I believe it's 1.5 teaspoons per pound of animal?
No, 1 teaspoon per 5 pounds.
I'm sorry, 1 teaspoon per 5 pounds, and that's generally said as, that's true on the internet everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you Google it, that is true. But
that's what the poison control lady said as well.
Yeah, the poison control people said that as well. But we were on Reddit and freaking out because there were multiple opinions of what to do and what not to do, and don't give them a double dose of the hydrogen peroxide. It turns out you can safely give your dog a double dose of the hydrogen peroxide if need be. But we decided against it, and I think we're in the clear, and she's okay. But it was kind of a whole dramatic thing, and as someone who's had dogs from all of her life, I can't believe I didn't know that raisins were the same toxicity level as grapes. Had no idea. So now you guys know, and I'm sure that was very fascinating to listen to.
So Gidget, I guess 1 in 5 dogs has a really severe reaction to it. And unfortunately, Gidget was not one of those dogs. So she's doing fine.
And we felt really bad because obviously it wasn't something we meant to do. And sometimes, these things happen, and you can't beat yourself up for it. So Little Gidget is on her heating pad right now. Peyton Manning is cuddled up underneath the seat where my feet go. We were building him a little fort. He's kind of sad that the Broncos did not win the last game and that they won't go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, you're not going to the Super Bowl with your backup quarterback, I'm afraid.
Yep, what he said. So today we're going to talk about a couple things music-wise because we just thought that would be fun to discuss. And I think today Dr. Cain's going to lead the discussion, and I'll give it to you. Take it away.
So I'm going to talk about gear, I guess, and essentially, I know that they're the tools of the musician, but people get really fucking wrapped up in all that shit, and it's kind of crazy when people just give you when you work with other musicians, sometimes they give you shit on how crappy your gear is, because I refuse to buy expensive stuff. My train of thought is that you're throwing it in a van a lot. And if you want to have a nice guitar at home or something, nice instruments are nice, but when you're working on the road or whatever, they're really tools to make music. And it always drives me crazy when people like spend a lot of money that maybe they don't have, or they think they're chasing some tone. I'm not really sure. It seems a little crazy to me to do that.
And we've both had the experience of borrowing gear at the last minute because a guitar string breaks or something happens, and the gear is like $4,000, and you feel really scared to actually play that guitar because it's so pretty and sounds so nice, or you're afraid to spill, some water on somebody's really nice orange amp or whatnot, or blow up the amp even. We don't want to blow up amps, but sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I've recorded 4 records with a $200 guitar, and halfway through the recording on the second album, the other guitar player gave me his $2,000 Martin, and I started to play it, and then he stopped me and said he wanted me to play it more gently, and so I switched back to my guitar, which was $200, and ultimately I don't know if anybody can tell the difference. People ask what kind of gear I use. They oh dude, fucking cool tone and all that shit, and I just play a Frankenstein fake Fender bass that somebody put a Fender badge on that I bought for $200, and I have a $100 distortion pedal that I play through, and if somebody steals it, I can easily replace it. That's kind of the philosophy of the Crushers. I
think also it's good to note that good tone can make a good song great, but good tone cannot make a bad song good, right? You can't. One is more important than the other, and the quality of the song is the most important thing. But I do feel like meeting so many different musicians, there's different buckets you can put them in, and there's the virtuosos who can play every single instrument, and then there's the gearheads that are really obsessed with everything under the sun, and they know everything about every little FX pedal, and they know everything at Guitar Center and whatnot, and they're always selling and trading and buying a new thing. And I think it's kind of good to surround yourself with those kind of people, different kinds of people, so that everybody in the band is contributing something. And it has been helpful to have a guy in the band who we lovingly call Guitar Center Ryan, because when a cable dies or something goes wrong on stage, it's not that he's we're all quick to figure things out. At least I'm the least quick, but we try to be resourceful. But the fact that he literally always has backup gear. He always knows the gear works, and he has it for this exact reason, sort of like a guitar tech, just he's got an extra guitar at all times. And so you kind of always know that with him there that things are going to be okay in that realm. So as much as I agree with you, I just think also it's important to surround yourself with people that have different interests in the music category.
Yes, I would agree with that. And who always has problems with their garbage gear on stage?
You.
Yeah, me. So, I talk tough, but then my shit breaks on stage, and it's that's not great.
But that's why it's a team effort. You can't have everybody be obsessed with gear at the same time, because then no one's going to write the songs. And I'm not saying it's mutually exclusive. Like, you can write good songs and be a gearhead and be a virtuoso and like a multi-instrumentalist. But I've met enough people to know, like, that's not usually how it goes. Generally, the people that are super into songwriting are super into songwriting. And the people that are super into solos and, noodling and all that stuff, they're super into that. And that's what they want to do. And it's like, you learn just enough of the other stuff to get by. And I don't think that's unusual. I mean, that's probably the same for every field, or at least creative fields out there.
Yeah, and as a builder, I buy nice tools. I got to use them every day. So I guess I'm kind of an idiot for not buying nicer stuff, but I always feel like somebody's just going to end up breaking into the van and stealing it. And I like this way the shitty stuff sounds. You look at the old punk records, those guys were playing through essentially junk. And the Black Flag records capture as much energy as anything else, and they were playing through stuff that they paid less than $50 for and traded for. So
right, and if you can make some bad gear, if you can make quote unquote bad gear sound good, then when you get really good gear, you'll sound even better. So it's like, it's a little cherry on top when you actually upgrade, which I am probably going to upgrade my amp soon. So,
well, your amp's fucked up. It's like it's got problems. It's you don't want to spend a bunch of money on an amp that isn't. It's kind of
but
problems.
It's haunted. My amp is haunted by a ghost that sings a volume ghost that like jacks with the volume, but also sometimes like mariachi music and stuff will play through my amp, and I think it's from another realm. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a movie where the point of view of the main character, it turns out, like a horror movie, it turns out that the main character is the ghost in the ghost story, and you didn't know it until the end?
Wait, are you just talking about The Sixth Sense?
Is that what that movie's about?
Yeah.
Oh, really? The kid's a ghost?
Yeah. No, wait, I thought Bruce Willis was the ghost. And the kid saw, I see dead people.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, I just spoiled it for you. So.
Oh, that's fine. No, I was thinking about that last night. Like, how many movies are about the final twist is that the main character is the ghost? Like, how many movies?
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
So you're telling me this is a common trope?
Yeah.
Because I don't really watch horror movies.
Well, that's Pet Detective.
Oh, I know that's Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, obviously. It's my favorite genre. Jim Carrey movies.
Wait, why did you ask that?
Just because I was thinking about it last night randomly, and it came back into my head, and I thought I would ask you. Do you have a follow-up question for me?
I don't. Do you like to... What about when we watch TV shows and there's a fake band playing fake music in the background? Does that drive you crazy?
Not really.
Oh, I can't stand it. Like, we were watching 90210 last night, and they were pretend playing piano, but obviously not playing anything close to what the piano was. The music that was playing on the screen was not what they were playing in their fake piano.
Which is ironic, because when we do music videos, you're always like, nobody can tell if you're playing it right. Just like strum. Like, I had to get over myself and just like strum like a crazy person and not even think about the chords, because apparently no one can tell. So why does it bother you so much? Hypocrite.
Oh, that's true. Man, I'm having a rough day with this Crusher verse cast, whatever we're calling it.
Gotcha. That's gotcha journalism. Gotcha journalism.
Totally.
So 90210 update. What's going on? Season 4. Kelly.
Episode 23.
Kelly has gone off with Brandon, who is part of this like nerdy task force of some kind that requires him to go off to some retreat. So he borrows Kelly, who is Dylan's girlfriend, just to have a date to make it seem like he's a normal dude, because in secret he's dating his anthropology teacher, who's obsessed with sex.
Anthropology. It's not his teacher, I don't think.
Oh, Kelly's teacher.
Yeah.
Lucinda, who is obsessed with sex and Guatemalan food.
And Dylan.
And sometimes other men, and I guess it's a big deal for him to be dating a teacher at the school at California University, which doesn't exist. And anyways, at this retreat, they are square dancing and they kiss each other. And so now it looks like Kelly and Brandon are going to get together. This is the first time Kelly and Brandon have ever gotten together. The closest it's ever happened was season 1 or 2 when they're at the spring dance, and Kelly is like wants to get with Brandon, but Brandon's like, "You're like my sister. I could never."
Wow, you remember a lot.
Yep. I've been waiting for this storyline to happen for like 3 seasons or 2 seasons.
The TV shows go in and out. I don't really remember them very well.
That's probably true, but you remember different things than I remember.
True.
So, anyways, that's an update.
Have you given a 90210 update before? Is this the first time?
No, we always talk about 90210, at least when we're talking together.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've definitely mentioned it before. And somebody finally bought a 90210 Crushers shirt. Actually, 2 people bought one. So my stepdad, Killian, shout out to Killian, bought one. It's the 48212 zip code t-shirt based on the 90210 logo from the 90s. That nobody gets. And also, somebody out there bought one for their 90s cruise they just went on. They went on a 90s cruise and tagged us in the photo with their 90210 inspired t-shirt. I thought that was like really iconic, and I was really proud that our shirt made it to a 90s cruise. Like, that is where we belong.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's do an update on music. We have some more demos that have come in, and we've been getting some drums tracked out in Detroit. We might as well just announce our new drummer at this point.
That's up to you.
Or no, you know what? We'll do a whole thing about it. We'll do a whole thing about her. I'll interview her. That'll be better. But now you have a hint. It's a she.
It's a her, yeah.
That's right. It's a she drummer.
She drummer?
Yeah, it's a she drummer, and she's killing it. And we've been getting some demos sent and tweaked, and things are coming along, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, this is the first time we've given up a lot of control as far as the drumming and recording process. We're roping Ryan into. I know he likes to produce stuff, so we're trying to get him to do more of it, and he's taken over the reins of guiding the drums and guitar work. So it's been really cool to not be so micromanagey about it, which has been something I've been doing since I've been making records. So
yeah, and well, he did pretty good for Unsubscribe. He did
really good.
Yeah, he really good. He worked on all those songs. I think that's when we first realized we had someone in the band that could kind of take on a little bit more of that and allow us to just work more on the songwriting.
And he likes it. It's not like we're forcing him to do it. It's what he wants to do. He likes to do that.
Yeah, but I was just doing an interview. I don't think it's out yet, but I'll link it once it is. And one of the questions was what is one of the hardest things about the music industry? And I kind of just ignored the question and went in my own direction, because I think my answer has nothing to do with the music industry. It's more of a band specific issue, which is because we've been a band for so long, and because our core members are, me and my husband, and that has been the core of the band, that the other members of the band have been in and out, and that it's been a bit of a revolving door of different people. And that it's been hard to not freak out and to not panic when somebody naturally has to go on and live their life and do something different. Usually that's, done with a lot of respect, and we're just like, oh, okay, great, we wish you well, and let's find somebody else and whatnot. But it can still be really, really stressful. So, but the flip side of that, the silver lining of that, which other bands, may not have this edge that we have, is because we have new blood coming in and out of the band, we get these new skills and levels up, because, someone joins the band who's got great engineering skills and an interest in it and good at mixing and good at tracking drums. I mean, that's a huge plus. We've never had that before.
True.
And that wouldn't have happened if we didn't have that kind of turnover where we kind of hold on loose enough that we're not stuck with the same idea of what the band's going to be at every turn, and it's got to be these exact people, and it's got to be this exact time and space.
It also helps kind of change our sound each time, and we kind of lean into their strengths and kind of they guide where we go a little bit, and it's cool.
Yeah, it keeps it interesting. I wonder if that's why we'll never be successful, though, because we just keep changing at every single turn, and so it's wait, they're different. Wait, they're different. Now they're different, but it's it keeps it interesting for us, at least.
Yeah, and I don't know how different it is. People always say that this record's so different, that different, but it really, as long as it's got the same voice and kind of the same songwriters, I think you're going to end up. I mean, the subtleties of you can still tell it's a oh shit, bro. You can still tell it's Crushers, just because of the voice,
Yeah, that's one of the main things that I think people forget, not just in music, but in everything in life, is like presence is so important, and you don't think about what your presence brings to a song or to a room even, because it's just attached to you. You don't think about it. But your presence is like a blueprint or a fingerprint. It's like a super unique thing. So your presence is just going to really shine through. So, singers out there, like, you can't make your voice more interesting. You can't make who you are more compelling. It's just your presence. Lean into it. And you could add some other bullshit to it, but then it's just going to be awkward. Like, it's your presence plus awkwardness. So, that is one of the most important things I've learned, not just as like a singer, but just in life. Bringing yourself is more than enough, and a lot of the times it's too much. You're too much just being yourself. So don't try to add and put a bunch of extra bells and whistles on it. It's just going to come off. It's going to be your project. It's going to sound like you. You can't really escape yourself.
And good luck getting used to hearing your own voice, because that never gets better. That's always hard.
Yeah, I'm always really comforted by the fact that I don't feel like if I would just go into every situation like, I'm so great, I have the best voice, and I'm great, and this is going to be awesome. Like, the people that feel that way are usually like super delusional, or they're just like egomaniacs. Like, it's good to have humility. It's good to cringe a little bit when you hear yourself saying like that. These are all normal things. It doesn't mean that you're a bad singer. It doesn't mean you're a bad musician.
Every session you always say, did I sing good? I don't know. That was terrible.
But that's good. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. It's like if you're questioning if you're a narcissist, you're definitely not a narcissist, because a narcissist would never question that. So it's good to always be humble. And I mean, there's a fine line between being humble and like navel gazing and picking at yourself. But it's, it's a weird thing, because your presence is so comfortable to you. Your voice is so comfortable to you. Like, you can't understand how other people are going to receive it or perceive it. Like, you just really can't. And you have to just separate yourself. I have to like not listen and separate myself from it so that I don't become critical.
Well, I did a song I recorded 8 years ago, and then I revisited the song and I cut the vocal track, and I was like, oh, that's not very good, try it again, and then I clicked off it, and I accidentally clicked on the vocal track from 8 years ago, listened to it, and it was exactly the same as what I was doing. I'm like, what am I fucking doing? Like, I guess that's what I sound like.
Right. Is it Sisyphus that's always pushing the boulder up the hill, or who's that guy? And he's got like birds clawing out his eyes or something, or is that a different person?
I don't know about that part.
Okay. Well, wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of music inspiration for y'alls today. Do you have anything else you want to say, Dr. Cain?
No. I think if you're going to an animal rights rally, that an army jacket is probably a weird thing to wear.
Oh yes, in 90210, there's an animal rights rally where they're protesting the animals that are being tested on campus in the science lab.
Yeah.
And the people in the audience are all wearing like Vietnam era army green like jackets. Like, what is that movie, Serpico or something?
What? I don't know.
The one that they spoof on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Charlie's like the guy at the end and he's wearing like the army jacket. No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, anyways, I don't know if I'm thinking of the right movie. But yeah, if you're going to a protest, this is actually really timely.
Yeah.
Because we should all be going to protests right now. Let's just say you don't have to wear the green army jacket. Is that that's what you wanted to leave?
You can, I guess, but it's a little weird to protest ICE in an army jacket. I don't know. I'm not sure what you should wear to the protest.
Right, like why are we wearing military fatigue, like military style garb when you are protesting against like ultra militant fascist people. Like, that doesn't really make sense, does it?
I don't know.
I feel like this is very trite considering what's going on in the world. I feel like you're ending this on a weird note.
I did end it. That's
I don't think you remembered that, like, you didn't
it's supposed to be a commentary, but I didn't really have a thought for it, so now we're lost in the weeds.
Yeah. As always, this podcast is or Shodcast, if you will, is a complete alternate reality to reality. And so we are not here to talk about what's going on, but to more offer like an alternative space and just, be friends. That's what we're here to do. Not that we don't care, but just we can't be that for we can't all be everything for everybody during these times. And
we can say fuck Trump and fuck ICE, though.
yeah, absolutely. And I concur. I concur wholeheartedly. But at a certain point, it's like, yeah, I don't know how. I feel like we all have contributions to make, and like whether it's just taking care of yourselves and your neighbors, or it's going out and protesting, or calling your politicians or whatever. Like, there's a lot of different things that you can do, but everybody's got a different task, and we're all out here just trying to do our best. But in general, like, watching out for people around you is really important.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that while we're here in California.
And around the world.
Are we going around the world?
No, but we're going to the East Coast.
Oh, right.
This year we're going to be coast to coast, but we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah. And a lot of bands are speaking up, and it's great. And I'm sure that there's going to be, in the coming weeks, more. I mean, I say I'm sure, but I don't know. I hope that there's some leadership that emerges that kind of helps us to understand what to do next. And until then, yeah, just please take care of yourself, stay safe, keep the people in your life close. Don't go outside if you don't have to, especially if you're in a crazy snowstorm. And keep crushing. Okay, over and out. We'll see you next time.